Most people spend years trying to get good at something, and they never figure out why progress feels so slow. They watch others master skills in months, while they are still struggling after a year. They put in the effort. They stay consistent. They show up every single day, but nothing seems to move fast enough. And deep down, a quiet frustration starts to build. A frustration that whispers, maybe I am just not talented enough. Maybe this skill is not for me. Maybe some people are just born with it, and I am not. But here is the truth that nobody is telling you. It has nothing to do with talent. It has nothing to do with being born special. It comes down to one single thing: knowing what actually works and doing that on repeat. Because the difference between someone who masters a skill in 3 months and someone who takes 3 years is not effort. It is not how many hours they put in. It is structured. Fast learners follow a system that most people never find. And once you have that system, years of struggle collapse into months of focused, intentional work. So in this video, I am giving you the exact 5-step system that separates fast learners from everyone else. Stay with me, because by the end of this, everything is going to make complete sense. Step 1. Start before you are ready. Most people begin learning by consuming. They watch tutorials. They read guides. They take course after course. And after weeks of absorbing all of that information, they still cannot do the skill. And the reason is so simple it almost hurts to hear. Watching does not build skill. Doing builds skill. Learning to ride a bike is the perfect example. You could spend weeks reading about balance, and pedaling and steering. But the moment you actually sit on that bike and fall off for the first time, that one fall teaches you more than every single article and video combined. So here's the rule. Do something terrible first. Make the worst version possible. Make every mistake you can. Because each mistake is like a sign pointing directly at exactly what you need to learn next. Action creates clarity. And clarity is what speeds up your learning faster than anything else. You do not need to feel ready. You do not need to feel confident. You just need to start. The skill builds itself through doing, not through waiting. Step 2. And this one changes everything. Stop trying to learn everything at once. So many learners make this exact mistake. They try to absorb every technique, every advanced trick, every possible variation, all at the same time. And within just a few weeks, the brain is completely overwhelmed. They burn out before mastering even a single thing. But here is the truth about every skill that has ever existed. 20% of what you practice gives you 80% of your results. Every skill has a small core. A few key fundamentals that, when you truly master them, make absolutely everything else 10 times easier to learn. Your only job is to find that core. Those 2 or 3 things that matter the most right now. Focus only on those until they feel completely automatic. Until they are locked deep into your muscle memory. Once that foundation is solid, the advanced stuff stops feeling impossible and actually starts making sense. Most people skip this step entirely. They jump straight to the complex stuff before the basics are even solid. And that is exactly why most people stay stuck for years without understanding why. Step 3 is where learning becomes truly fast. Break the skill into tiny pieces. Video editing is a perfect example of this. Most people think video editing is one skill. It is not. It is 5 or 6 smaller skills all wrapped inside one. Cutting clips, getting the timing right, matching music to the mood, placing text in the right spots, grading the colors. Each one is completely separate. Each one can be trained on its own. And this applies to every skill you will ever want to learn. Playing guitar's chord changes, rhythm, finger strength, and your training all stacked together. Public speaking is eye contact, pacing, voice control, and structure all combined into one. So instead of trying to practice the whole thing at once, zoom in on just one tiny piece per session. One day, only work on cuts. The next day, only timing. The day after, only music sync. One focused hour on one tiny skill beats, 10 scattered hours on everything combined. Every single time without fail. Fast learners are not doing more than everyone else. They are doing less, but with laser-sharp focus on one thing at a time. Step 4 is where most people are too afraid to face, but it is one of the most important ones on this list. Attack your weakness. Right now, without thinking too hard, you already know which part of your skill you have been quietly avoiding. That one section you always skip past. That one part that feels uncomfortable and hard and frustrating every time you touch it. You have been avoiding it because your brain is trying to protect you from that discomfort. And that protection is silently holding back your progress every single day without you even realizing it. Fast learners do not spend their time practicing what they are already good at. They find their weakest point and they go after it without hesitation. Because fixing one weakness improves your entire skill 10 times faster than polishing 10 things you already do well. Think of a chain. One weak link breaks the whole thing. Fix that one link, and the entire chain becomes stronger instantly. If your practice sessions feel easy and comfortable and smooth, here is the hard truth you need to hear. You are not really practicing. You are just repeating what you already know. And repetition of what you already know does not build skill. Targeted discomfort builds skill. So find the thing that feels hardest. Sit down with it. Spend your entire session there. Because that uncomfortable and difficult place is exactly where your biggest growth is waiting for you. Step 5 is the final one, and honestly it might be the most powerful step on this entire list. Teach what you learn even before you feel ready to teach it. When you learn something new, it sits in your head in a messy and foggy way. You kind of understand it, but not fully. But the moment you try to explain it to someone else, something shifts. Your brain is forced to organize the information, to simplify it, to make it clear enough for another person to actually understand. And every gap in your knowledge, every part you thought you understood but actually did not, gets exposed right away. That immediate feedback accelerates your learning faster than any amount of reviewing notes ever could. You do not need to be an expert. You do not need to have it all figured out perfectly. You just need to explain what you learned today to someone who is just starting out. A friend, a family member, someone online who is where you were a few weeks ago. That single conversation will lock in your understanding more deeply than reading the same material over and over ever will. So here is where everything lands. 5 steps that completely change the way you learn. Start before you are ready. Focus on the 20% that drives 80% of your results. Break the skill into small focused pieces. Attack your weakest point with everything you have. And teach what you learn before you feel fully ready. Most people will watch this, feel motivated for a moment, and then go back to the same old habits that have been keeping them stuck. Do not let that be you. Pick one step from this video and apply it today. Not tomorrow. Not when the timing feels right. Today. And if you are ready to take this seriously, drop the words "I am starting" in the comments right now. That small action is the beginning of real change. And make sure you subscribe to Rise with Sam, because there is so much more ahead for you.